Okay, I've got my glasses on, which means it's question time. Now, I know it's been a while since we've answered questions, but when I'm touring, it's really tough to answer questions because I gotta explain this to you. The most important thing to me is the shows. So, when I have a day off, I am so disciplined that I don't talk. So you have to understand that, because really what counts is the people that bought the ticket and paid the money to get that show. And it's much more important than answering questions. But now, I don't have a show till Wednesday. And I'm actually doing a pilot for with Malcolm McDowell and Parker Posey and somebody else for I'm playing a potato for an age group of 3 to 6, and they're flat like South Park, which is very cool, which I think is fantastic. So now I'm going to answer some questions. And the first question, that's why I'm wearing my glasses so I can read. What was the reason for you to cut your hair in the 90s? Was it style related or were you sick of long hair? There was 2 reasons. One, yes, I was sick of the long hair because it just got in my way. But the real reason that I cut my hair was my friend Dennis Quaid called me up and said, I want you to play my best friend in a movie, Everything That Rises. And I said, oh, Dennis, I'd love to. He said, I'm sending you the script. So he sent me the script. Now, the script took place in Montana in the early 60s. Now, I'm sorry, but a cowboy in Montana in the early 60s didn't have long hair. So I cut my hair. And the lady who cut my hair is a friend of mine named Catherine Furness. Very lovely girl. And she was freaking out that she cut my hair. And it took her hours to actually cut my hair. Now here's the funny thing. When I showed up on the movie set and I had short hair, Dennis said to me, what happened to your hair? And I said, well, Dennis, the script was the 60s on Montana. He goes, I've updated it to be modern day. And he said, oh, no, I didn't want you to cut your hair. And I said, well, it's cut now, so deal with it. But I'm really happy I did. Because when I was doing the shows, and I sweat a lot. It would fly in my face, and it would get in my eyes. And have you ever had an eyelash in your eye, or hair in your eye? It, like, drives you nuts. And so, I've cut my hair, and I'm really happy I did. And I didn't make a big deal out of it like some other people who cut their hair. I almost said his name, but I will remain nameless. That's why I cut my hair. All right, question 2. Okay, none of your songs are on Guitar Hero. Let me tell you why? Because any song on Bat Out of Hell, unless you're a musician, not a magician, a musician, you have no idea how complicated the chord changes are. Jim Steinman writes, there's no logical progression to it. It takes a very long time to learn stuff, even for pros that have been doing it for years, to learn Bat Out of Hell, to learn any of the stuff. And just to give you a heads up, next year's tour, and we are touring next year, 2012, what we're going to do is in 2 acts. The first act will be songs from Hell in a Handbasket, a couple of songs from Hinkle Teddy Bear. We're actually doing a song from Line Before I Stop called Execution Day, I think. Don't hold me to that. Paul loves that song. So do I. Written by Dick Wagner, who wrote with Alice Cooper all those great songs. Second half is going to be, and this is going to be true, Bat Out of Hell in order. Bat Out of Hell took the words, Having to Wait, all ripped up, 2 out of 3, Paradise Middays Were Light, and For Crying Out Loud. That will be the second act of that tour. And then we got to come up with an encore. And the encore has got to be unbelievable. I don't know what that is right now, but it's got to be unbelievable. But that's what's going on. But that's why none of the songs are on Guitar Hero, because they're more complicated than anything you could possibly imagine.